Genevieve.
And Amaya, here with Tyrone High School's new 10th grade civics teacher, Miss Doberstein.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so can you give us just some background about yourself, like where you're from, stuff like that?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate being invited.
Of course.
So I grew up outside of Philadelphia, and I spent most of my time there. Came to Penn State for college, actually, Penn State, Maine. And then after I graduated, I went back to my hometown and worked there for a number of years until 2010, when my husband and I moved back to State College for his job.
So can you tell us, like, what made you want to become a teacher?
I would say probably I was one of those kids who really liked school, and I just love being in a school environment, and so that was a big motivator, of course, but also I just like talking to people and working with people, and I knew it would never get boring, and so things are different every day, and that's certainly proven to be true.
So just from having you in class, like you had what you taught at Penn State, right?
My most recent job was at Penn State, yes, but I was an academic advisor in the College of Engineering, so I was out of the classroom there for a little while.
Can you tell us a little bit of what an academic advisor does at Penn State?
Sure. So every college has their own advisors, and so it kind of differs from place to place. But my main responsibilities were helping students with their schedules, picking classes, but also helping students, particularly the students who were in what's called academic recovery. If their GPAs dropped a little bit, we would work with them to try to come up with a plan to get back into good standing.
So was there any like specific reason that you decided to like try and get the job at Tyrone, or was it just like kind of wanted to change the scenery?
Well, it was a couple of different things. I really, really liked what I was doing there, but the longer I was there, the more I realized I missed teaching. And over this past spring, 2 of my kids were very involved in their middle school drama production, and so I was volunteering all the time with that, and just every time I walked into the building, I was just like, I miss this. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. So, and then this job was available this summer and came up, and so I was like, definitely going to go for it, and here I am.
Was there anything specific about Tyrone that you were like, wow, that's really cool, or like that really makes me want to go to Tyrone?
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't know a lot about Tyrone before I applied, so I started doing all my research and was just very impressed with everybody that I met and how much people seem to care about each other, and how there's a big priority focusing on the students, and just all of that was really, really appealing. But certainly the fact that the job was available was, a part of it.
So like what activities do you enjoy doing outside of school and outside the classroom?
Well, I mean, I have 3 kids, so my activities consist of driving them to whatever their activities are. But I love to read. I love to garden. So if there's time, that's probably what I'm doing.
What was your favorite, like, grade or I know you have always taught history, correct?
Yeah, so I'm social studies certified,
Yes.
which means, history and civics and geography and all of the things. But at the high school where I used to teach, I taught a little bit of everything, mostly modern American history, a bit of psychology and sociology. But by the end of my time there, I was the civics teacher. And so I taught a class their version of 10th grade civics here, which was for seniors, and also AP government. And so coming here, that was another reason why this was a great fit, because that was definitely always my favorite classes. I mean, I like the history, I like the psychology, it was really fun, but I liked teaching the civics the best by far. And so when this came up and it was purely civics, it was such a great transition back into teaching, because it's my thing, it's what I like to do.
Do you have like a favorite grade? Like both my parents teach. My mom teaches 2nd grade. She absolutely loves it. Loves the kid and all the kids loves it. So like, did you have a favorite grade after like experiencing a bunch of them?
So I have, between actual professional teaching and various volunteer things, I've taught every age from 3 to 22, I guess, my college students. And I think my favorite, I mean, my 3-year-olds were always really fun. That was, preschool is exciting. But I really like teaching civics to seniors because there was always that added layer of, oh, you're going to be doing this right now, and on their 18th birthday, we would always have a big celebration, and I would give them voter registration cards because that's when you can register to vote, is when you turn 18. And so that was kind of a cool fit, having that class senior year. But I also taught a lot of 10th grade. That was the school where I used to teach. 10th grade was U.S. history, and that there's something really special about 10th grade and just getting the chance to, be there as everybody's getting their driver's licenses and, kind of really breaking into the high school. You've had a little bit of experience under your belt now in high school, and you're kind of making your way through. So that was about 4 different answers. Let's go with seniors.
What if you had to pick one thing that you could change about your job, or one thing that isn't always ideal about your job, what would you change or pick?
I mean, it would be awesome if everybody listened to me all of the time, but I don't know. I guess just having people be more respectful of each other, especially in the classroom, it's disappointing. Especially when students are disrespectful towards each other.
Yeah.
When you have to be with these people all the time, and it seems short-sighted to be causing problems in one class when you're going to see them again in the next class. So, that was what I would change. It's just people's attitudes towards each other.
Yeah. So what's something that you love about your job then?
Well, I love getting to meet all different kinds of people, and I love getting to work with students and work with other teachers. Like I mentioned before, it never gets boring. And I like that it changes every single day, and unexpected things always come up, and it's so exciting when somebody asks a question and the conversation just takes a totally different direction than what I was expecting. And I find that that's sometimes the most learning opportunities come from when students ask questions that I wasn't anticipating, and then all of a sudden we're off to the races, If
you had to give a piece of advice to your students on how to be successful